It really does show the resiliency of this community. Fran and I grew up 18 miles from here. Dayton is a great city. It's got a great history and it's got a great future. But what you really are impressed is just the people. All the way through yesterday, we had the chance to meet the officers who saved so many lives right here, and the first responders and the fire department. I mean, everybody, the people at the hospital, everybody just pulled together. Everyone executed and did exactly what they should have done. I mean, it was phenomenal.
I know you've said so much about this in the past, but going forward, what would you like your message to be, not only to the president, but also to the people at large who are watching this, and some of whom are confused about this sort of back and forth that we're seeing between local officials here and the president?
Wouldn't you want to answer?
Who's supposed to answer that?
Both, actually.
Okay. Well, Mayor, go ahead now.
Well, look,
or I'll start. I don't care.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I mean, I think really for us, I'm very excited about the way that the community has come together in a nonpartisan, post-partisan way. And the best example is the legislation that Governor DeWine, the 17 points that Governor DeWine announced on Wednesday. The work that's a lot of the lunch discussion is like, okay, well, how can I help get this passed? How can I be most helpful? And I think that's what makes Ohio, a little more special right now, because most of the national media comes to Ohio for like hyper-partisan events. That would be like your history in the past 20 years. And I get that's been the national discourse of Ohio. But it is a state that we are, and I think the governor's demonstrated this kind of leadership when he came into office. He has made a point of reaching out to people that are of the opposite party. He has, been open to it. It's not like we agree on everything. That is absolutely not the case. But there are places that we can work together. And that's what I'm most excited about, because I think that we can really show that in this state and show some great movement for our communities and for the whole state as a whole.
Yeah, I can't add much really to that. I mean, Ohio, I think, is a unique state. It is a state that when we work best, we're pulling together in a very bipartisan way. The proposal that we put out on Tuesday, every single part of that proposal, every single element will save lives. I know that. And every single element people should be able to support: Democrats, Republicans, Independents, people who are focused on the Second Amendment. If you look, for example, at our proposal, how we deal with people who are a threat to themselves, who are a threat to others, people who have guns, we set up a very elaborate procedure, but a workable procedure where someone, a family member, and frankly, it's usually a family member. My experience as a former prosecutor, it's usually a family member who says that we had a problem with this person in our family. It gives them an avenue to be able to go into court, and for the court then to have a hearing and due process to be respected. I think that Democrats, Republicans, conservatives, liberals, everybody should be able to get behind that. Everything I proposed, I'm dead serious about, and everything I propose, I think we can get passed.
Can I just follow up? Are there places where you can see where you can possibly work together with the president and his administration when it comes to gun safety legislation?
Well, look, there's some things that I think need to be done at the federal level. What I picked out, most of the things that I announced the other day, we've frankly been working on for some time. A tragedy like this has the result of focusing you and saying, look, we got to get this out, we got to move, we got to get it done. It creates a sense of urgency, which I think is certainly very helpful.
Coming back to being here in the Oregon district, do you feel like being down here together and having lunch here in these local restaurants is a way to reclaim the city and this district and kind of reestablish what this area is?
Yeah, I think that's the whole point. We're really, I've encouraged people to do three things. If you remember, I said this yesterday. Like, if you want to help somebody, donate to the Dayton Foundation, because that'll be for the victims and those injured. Contact your state legislature and your congressional delegation about getting some common sense gun legislation, and then come and spend some money in the Oregon district. Those are my three asks, and I'm hopeful that people will take the governor's cue and come on down.
Mayor, did you have a reaction to the president's video that he released after his visit here yesterday?
I haven't really seen it, frankly. I mean, obviously, I think you guys all saw the coverage where I did see his tweet about me. I think that, that's interesting, but I haven't really got. I like that you guys have coverage of me reading a tweet. It's just another surreal moment for me. But no, I haven't had a chance really to see it. So I'm like, my focus is getting something done around gun control, so this terrible, tragic incident in Dayton may not have to happen in other places, and then grieving for and bring our community to deal with mental health and the work that they'll need to recover.
And let me also say, I know many of you were not there this morning, but the mayor and I and Dayton Children's Hospital and the Association of Children's Hospitals in the state announced we're going to do a conference on mental health, pediatric mental health, which is really something that I think is important. We have in this country today.
It's very Dayton.
I can wait.
Very loud.
I can wait.
The train.
All good. Things are happening. Oh, there you go. Just a little extra there.
There you go.
There you go.
We have in this country today, and we certainly have in Ohio, a mental health crisis with young people. It's important for us to be able to intervene early in their lives. This conference will help us. We have ways now to trauma as a child, but untreated trauma can lead to real disaster. And this is something that we're working on, and this conference, I think, will help.
Have you been briefed on any updates to the investigation?
I have not had a briefing today about the investigation. When we have information, we'll call you guys. It'll probably be much slower now in the process.
Anything else you can share from your conversation here, Mark?
Yeah, we were talking about a lot of different things. We were talking about the resiliency of Dayton, what a great city this is. We talked about education, the importance of educating young kids, something that I'm very passionate about, and the mayor is very, very passionate about as well. My wife Fran is. So we talked a lot of things about Dayton, and frankly, working together in the future, not just on issues related to this tragedy, but on other issues where we can work together. Ohio is a unique state in the sense that we are a very local state, very local government state. The job of the governor and the job of the state is to be of assistance. Just one example, children's services, children's welfare. That's dealt with at the county level. And so our job is to be a good partner. Our job is to be helpful. And so that's why relationships between mayors and governors are just really important, particularly in the state of Ohio.
And the governor's been, I just want to say, the governor's been really helpful in that. This isn't the first time we've been, working together, from the transportation bills and from pieces in the budget. We've been trying to, have opportunities for both mayors, not just me, but mayors across the state. And it is a breath of fresh air to have a governor to recognize that there are mayors in the state of Ohio. This is new for us in Ohio, and so we're super grateful for that.
Mayor's a great advocate.
Can you just say, there's so many states touched by gun violence, right? Like, what will make Ohio different and successful at preventing this in the future? And is there anything you can do, like, right away?
Well, let me start. We're a pragmatic state. I'm a pragmatic governor. I'm a governor who wants results. I'm not worried so much about speeches. I am trying to get things done. So they can judge us by how much of this we get done. But I think we're going to set a good example for other states. We're going to do some things that actually matter and that will save lives. And I'm looking forward to that discussion over the next few months as we work our way, get this worked through the state legislature.
Mayor, are you optimistic that things will actually get done that will have an impact on what happened here?
Well, I think what the governor has outlined, these 17 points, I think they will make a difference. The legislature, as you all know, or you local folks know, that I've never pretended to understand the thought process of the state legislature, and sometimes think that I'm always in danger when they're in session. I'm hopeful that they will listen and be thoughtful and as pragmatic as the governor is on this.
What do everyday Ohioans and people across the U.S. need to do to continue this conversation in a positive manner?
Yeah, let me mention one thing that every citizen can do. When you see a problem, speak up, do something. in almost every one of these tragedies of mass shooting, if you drill down and trace that guy's, and it's usually a guy, if you trace his history, you'll find that he had trauma, that he had a mental health problem, that he had antisocial behavior that was evident very early on in his life. We need to identify them early. We need people to speak up, and we need to take action.
I'm wondering if there are any concerns by reports that the president has already been meeting with the head of the NRA, and there's already, as expected, pushback regarding some of the proposals that are already being floated out there. Any concerns in your
Look, I have no comment about that. I mean, my job is to focus on Ohio. That's plenty big enough job for me, and we're going to focus on Ohio, and we're going to do in Ohio what we can do. That's my mission.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you all very much.
You guys have a safe trip.
No,
You were awesome.
I think you might still be